we want to play this video, and I want to play this video because it's somewhat of an uplifting story. Now, I don't know how this election will turn out, but normally when we watch debates, it's Democrat and Republican. It's just two people there on the stage. But oh my goodness, Daniel, there's gonna be something brand new, something shocking, something incredible. Shout out to Case Study QB for actually even finding this video. There's 3 people on a debate stage.
What?
I know. What is going on? FaZe, would you kindly please play this video and follow Case Study QB on Twitter? Let's play that video.
3 candidates to discuss health care, absentee ballots, and the economy. Tonight, in a fight for the 3rd Congressional District, the candidates took the stage. Representative Rosa DeLauro, the Democrat and incumbent, seeking a 16th term in Congress. Republican Margaret Stryker, a real estate executive, hoping to unseat her. And Dr. Justin Paglino, the Green Party candidate, who spoke about diverting money from defense to other programs.
We need a progressive income tax, and we need to provide vital services for the poor, and we can afford to do that if we cut the Pentagon budget.
DeLauro spoke of the need to create jobs and invest in infrastructure, while Stryker hit on promoting a business environment that competes with other states. On health care, Paglino advocated Medicare for all. DeLauro pushed for universal health care while still giving people an option.
We'll have no deductibles, a premium that will be capped at a certain percentage. You will have mental health services, long-term services.
Stryker called for competition in the healthcare system.
And right now we have a foundation that simply isn't working. To throw more money at it will not help it.
All 3 spoke about the importance of representing the 3rd Congressional District's constituents, with Stryker saying the job calls for fresh ideas, DeLauro saying it's about helping make lives better, and Paglino pushing for a change to the 2-party system.
The reason your representative doesn't listen to you is because they don't have to. All they have to do is convince you that they're better than your one other choice. That's the root problem. So let's get ranked choice voting and the 2-party system.
I will fight for tax cuts for middle-class families, against the lobbyists and against the corporations who are the first in line to take care of themselves.
The voices of Connecticut are not being heard, and we need a representative who will, in fact, work as hard for us as we do for ourselves.
In Woodbridge, Jamie Ratliff, NBC Connecticut News.
So, real quick, first, how awesome is it that, you finally see another option on that stage? I mean, first of all, let's look at the Democrat and Republican choices. Republican challenger, real estate developer, obviously has a lot of money.
I am shocked.
Has a lot of money backing her up. And then, of course, there's the Democratic incumbent, 16 terms in Congress. My goodness, we need term limits. We need age limits. And, if that offends people, I'm sorry. But, after seeing all this mess that we're in right now, we need term limits in Congress, in the Senate right now. Make it 2 terms, and that's it. And then if you do want to have a further career in politics, you're allowed to run for 1 more office, and that's it. That is it. Enough is enough, and there has to be an age limit. But think about this. 16 terms right now in Congress. I mean, if you haven't done it already, or you haven't done any real change, like, why are you still in office? And it's the thing, it's just not the Democrats that are doing it. It's Republicans doing it too. You have Democratic and Republican politicians who've been in office for longer than 16 years, 20 years, 30 years. Somebody like, Joe Biden. And it's disgusting. But yet, again, notice that when they had the Green Party candidate on, the Green Party candidate was talking about real progressive, independent issues, real policies, not just talking points, not reading a script like this or, using any other kind of, language to basically try and convince a voter like, oh, yeah, I'm team red, I'm team blue, vote for me. The Green Party candidate was more on point, and we need to see more of that. How refreshing is that? Other countries have that. We don't. We don't have that. And I just wanted to show that video to you guys because we deserve third-party candidates. We deserve to have a true multi-party system. I would like to see a debate between not only 3 candidates, 4, 5, 6. Why not? Why not? We deserve more choices. We get to choose what kind of soft drinks we want to drink. We get to choose what kind of food we want to eat. How come we can't choose what kind of politicians or political leaders we want to elect into office? We need to have a multi-party system. We need to have a true parliamentary system. And I was just very happy to see that video, and I wanted to share it with all of you.
So ready? Okay, I'm now 80. I've now been in for 20 terms. My constituents who have supported me on Twitter and YouTube, are very thankful. I care and understand deeply about. No, the reality is that look, this is a thing that we've been talking. Like everyone is talking about. Oh, maybe we should do term limits, or that, or have you only serve in government for a certain number of years. I'm all for that, but I also think that we already have age limits, which, so for example, I can't run for office. If I decided right now that I wanted to run for office, I can't. I'm too young to be elected in many of the important positions in government. I'm 27. A lot of them are 30 and then 35, depending. So I couldn't run for president if I wanted to right now. If we already have limits keeping the youth from running for Congress or doing a lot of other things, I think it's also fair in times, in addition to term limits, that we have caps on age as well. And all I would say is we mirror the bottom. So we say let's say 0 to 100 is the age we're talking about. If you can't be 30, can't run for a position until you're 30, then you have to not run if you're past 70. Just
Right.
mirror it. Whatever. Do your thing. I don't care.
Right, and so I want to clarify just one thing. Al Grzesiak says something. Term limits aren't the problem. Dark money is, and I agree with you. First,
It's a component.
It is a component. Look, we got to get money out of politics. That's number one. Number two, we need to have term limits. And what I mean by age limits is like, look, there shouldn't be somebody in their 70s or 80s in office.
Yeah.
Bounds of reason. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, Chucky Boy Schumer, Turtle Boy Mitch McConnell, they've had their time. They got to go. And look, a senior citizen can do whatever they want. If they want to skydive out of an airplane, fine. Want to race, drive a fast car, go ahead. I'm all for it. Walk by a volcano, go right ahead. That's fine. That's fine with me. I'm okay with that. But when it comes down to making policy decisions, I mean, look, there's a certain point where it's like, okay, why are you still in office? And that even applies to somebody like Bernie Sanders. Look, he had his time. It's time for him to go. It's time for new leadership, okay?
And
So here's the thing. I will stop saying age limits for senior citizens until the age limits for younger people to run the office is available, okay? So I'll stop saying that until we can all agree, well, hey, let's let people in their 20s, early 20s run for office. Why not? I mean, it's okay because if we're just going to turn a blind eye towards the real problems in Washington, D.C., because we got a lot of old people there in power who shouldn't be in power, let's
I agree.
Yeah.
I would say that's a fair point. If we have the current age limits for the youth being barred from participating in representative democracy, then we should have the same rules applied to the elderly. Again, in the same way, if you say 0 to 100, just mirror it. I'm not going to make it special for one group or another. Or conversely, just do away with the rules.
Yeah.